So how long have you had your credit card?
2 years.
Are you in any significant debt?
I have $5,000 in debt due to car payments.
Would you feel that you're overwhelmed with your debt?
Yes.
And why is that?
I'm always getting letters and just like complaints from the banks saying how if I don't pay them back, they're gonna start repossessing stuff from my house.
Do you have any plans or steps to help yourself from being in debt?
Not really. I'm a college student and just it's kind of expected.
Go.
In 83 or 84, the government decided they're going to let the companies keep their money because in the early 80s you could deduct it from your taxes. So that's how a lot of people got into, the credit card business. And people don't realize credit cards are negotiable, like the interest rate, because you can call and ask them, look, I'm going to get a lower interest rate.
Do you have a credit card?
Yes. I'm not debt free.
Do you manage it well though?
Yes.
That's good.
There's a tendency when you're younger not to think of what the consequences are. And now, especially the department stores, their interest rates are 21 to 24 or 25%.
Wow.
And then it's a lot. And then the gimmick is when you're at the register to ask you, would you like to have a credit card, and we'll give you extra 10% off or 20% off. So you all have to really be careful because I think a lot of the problems once you are in college, they're trying to get you all hooked early on.
Would you recommend credit cards for college students?
Emergency purpose maybe.
So have one, but don't use it excessively.
Right, only in emergency, not just
Not just for clothes.
for a want.
Right.
Want,
Okay.
what do you need the most? What do you need?
Food, shelter,
Water.
And love. Is that what you need?
That's what we needed.
My name is Kelly Harnett. I'm assistant principal at Hume Fogg High School.
All right, so do you have a credit card?
I do not,
You do not. Why?
because I think credit gets you in trouble. Credit cards get you in trouble. I do have a debit card. So my debit card is tied to my checking account, so I pay everything with cash.
Okay.
All right. I've had credit cards in the past. You can get in trouble with them. I did not, but it's not worth it.
So you would not recommend getting involved with credit cards?
I would recommend not to do credit cards. Debit card is the way to go because you're paying with cash.
So are there any advantages to using your credit card at all?
I don't know of any because I rented a vehicle this past weekend. A lot of people say you can't use your debit card for renting vehicles or hotel rooms, stuff like that. I rented a vehicle this past weekend using my debit card.
Okay. So,
I follow the Dave Ramsey philosophy. I don't know if y'all paid much attention to Dave, but I take a lot of what he has to say and I try to go by it. I don't do it exactly, but it fits best for me. And one of the best things that my wife has taught me to do online banking, so I pay all my bills online, and so I'm never late. And when y'all start studying about credit score and credit history, that's a big thing about your credit score. You're never late. And if you pay your bills online, you're never late.
So you're really good at like he had the whole like budget plan thing where like you set out a certain amount of money for food and stuff. Do you do that, or do you just kind of like? I
would like to do that. That would be the ideal thing. Now I used to use the envelope system, which meant I had paid everything specifically with cash. And so I'd have so much money for food, so much money for gas, so much for whatever I was doing. My wife taught me that not to have cash on hand because teenagers like y'all always want money. So I never have cash in my pocket because that way I can say, well, I don't have any cash, although I'll have a debit card. So, but I don't really go by the budget. I try to budget as best I can, but we don't really have a set down budget of how we spend our money. But we're very frugal with what we buy. And then online, if you do online banking, it will tell you where you're spending your money. So if I say, hey, I'm spending too much money here with clothing or gas or food, then we can start cutting back.
What advice would you give to an upcoming freshman?
upcoming freshmen.
For college, who are getting hassled by credit cards.
For college, well, you're going to be bombarded with trying to get credit, people to give you credit cards just for a lousy T-shirt or something else. I would stay away from those. And I have three kids that have gone through college right now. One's still in college, 2 have graduated, and some of them have student loans. I try to stay away from that as much as possible. I know that that's not always the ideal thing, but be careful when you do your student loans. My oldest son has a very high student loan bill that he has to pay monthly because he's got to pay it back within 5 years, whereas our daughter has one that's over a little more time and it's not as stressful at the beginning of work when you start your career. So like my oldest son is spending a lot of money on student loans and it's killing him because he's working and he doesn't feel like he's making any money. Credit cards, I try to stay away from that as much as possible. Get a job. I think you could get a job and pay for your living expenses, help your parents out without getting a credit card. If you get a credit card, it's going to end up costing you.
Okay, I have a question. It's
All
kind
right.
of silly. So whenever you sign up for a credit card and you get free stuff like a T-shirt, is there any consequence for actually signing up for a credit card? Like if you don't use it and you just want a T-shirt?
No, you probably need to look. There's some, Dave Ramsey will tell you a little bit about why you don't need to even sign up for one because it will hurt your credit history.
Really?
And I think if you have, or your credit score, I think if you have too many credit cards open but you're not using them, that goes against you instead of helping you. Some people will say, well, charge something like $10 or $20 a month and then pay for it and get that history going. That may help a little bit, but I wouldn't run a credit card up.
Thank you.